Again, we have slang terminology. Now, I understand a lot of the slang because I grew up in a local neighborhood or area or council estate where a lot of these things are happening. So I'm very, very familiar with the slang that's out there. I'm not just going to only say the stuff that's out there, you get me blood, or up-to-date stuff like flee. And, you know, these different words that we use. And don't get me wrong, you know, swagger, I've got a swagger on, you know, check my swagger. And, you know, all these different words that we use. And sometimes it's to feel cool. Some people that's not even so-called ghetto are not using that, are using that type of, that terminology as well. But for the most part, and for the ones that are using it predominantly in their everyday, as a part of their everyday vernacular, when they're articulating to people, what that does, it affects certain regions of the brain, and therefore when you're having a conversation with somebody, you're not able to get your point across because you're so used to using a limited amount of words in your sentences or your speeches throughout the course of the day. Therefore, you don't get to exercise various or other parts of your brain which would be more beneficial to you in different circumstances. As a person myself, I grew up in a local community, and I personally did not have a great education, as they say, in terms of on paper. I didn't go to the best college or anything like that at all. In actuality, I left school at a very young age, 15 to be exact. So I don't really have anything on paper. But what I did do, after realizing the error of my ways and some of the things that were happening out in the local areas and the communities, and looked back on my life and started to reflect and reevaluate the things that's happening to me, I started to say, you know what, something's got to change. And then what I started to do is start to re-educate myself by studying very, very hard. I studied my history, I studied biology, philosophy, science, and all these different things that I didn't take much interest in when I was at school. It's not that I didn't want to learn them, I was just distracted and sidetracked from a lot of the other stuff that was out there. So now, what the turning point was for me is when I basically had my first child. And my son now, he's 12 years old, he's going to be 13 coming up very shortly. And that basically changed my perception of things because, as I said, it would boil down to responsibility. And responsibility, as many times as has been spoken, is being able to respond. I had to be able to respond to my call of duty. My duty was to be a living example for my son. And as a youth that's growing up, just remember, you are the future. You are our future generation. You are there. So as an adult, we have to be able to pass off what we've learned to you in hopes that you can basically take the baton and, you know, we can have a better future, because you will be the adults of tomorrow, you see. And as you being the adults of tomorrow, you'll be there able to further assist the other young ones coming up. So we need to be a good example for those people to follow in our footsteps, you see. So as you're going through your adolescence, which I say means adult lessons, you are able to mature. And some people, they never ever grow up because they're still stuck in a certain trap. Don't allow yourself to be a statistic. Don't allow yourself to be one of those that's called, oh, I'm just carrying, that's another black person carrying a gun or a knife, or that's another so-and-so from this country or from wherever. You know, don't be a statistic. Don't be numerical data and be categorized or stereotyped. And although people say stereotype is to mean that all people are like this or all people are like that, whoever you may be or wherever you come from. But stereo means two, so it really should be called monotype, because they are monoid. Because monos just means one. Yeah, just like you have monad, you have duad, and you have triad. Again, so I mean that's the incorrection. That's just me pointing out the fault there, basically. But basically, don't be stereotyped or monotyped, as I say, and be categorized or put into a little box where, you know, you must, as they say, think outside of that box, or even better still, just throw it away, because you can't limit yourself to your surroundings or the area which you live in. We're in the country of England, and how many times have you ever been out to other places in this country other than your area? Do you do that much? Check out some of the areas in this country. There's loads of places to see. Go down to the British Museum. You may have been there already, but you might have not been there with the mindset of, I'm going to actually find out about British history and other cultures and stuff. But when you understand about other cultures, it raises your awareness and, more importantly, understanding of people in general. And you won't just look at a police officer or someone in authority as just that figure or position. You will look at them as a human being. You'll respect the position or the job which they uphold, but you'll also look at them as a human being, and you won't be intimidated by people like that, you see. So again, I'm hoping this helps you out. I've been going on for a little bit because I'm really trying to get this emphasis across. You know, Black History Month is upon us right now, and you know, I'm looking forward to that, and plan to attend several different events to help out and empower a lot of the youth that's out there. Remember, you are the future, and for all the adults listening out there, be the best example. You know, let's help save the children, if for no other reason that you were once one yourself. Okay, so you know, let's just try our best. Let's get this thing moving. The youth that's out there listening, let's just try to do some positive things. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of positive things happening in the community. Just go and do your nearest local area, pick up leaflets and find out what's happening in your area, events that's taking place, you know, and you'll find out there's loads of positive things happening. You know, by all means, you know, do your best, and let's just try to, you know, break down and, you know, get rid of and eliminate, eradicate totally the problems that we're facing in our community, or at least reduce it or keep it down to a minimal, because nowadays it's really spiraling out of control. And it's very sad to see when you hear so many young people are losing their lives over meaningless things. Yeah, there's so many stuff that's affecting us. So let's just try our best to make a change for the world. Let's just try and make this happen. Again, this is Autumn Walker from autumnwalker.com. I'm setting the pace, and I hope you have a good day, and I'll speak to you soon. Keep listening to me and check me out. Take care now. Bye.